It's Tuesday, August 5th. I'm meteorologist Kalin Mitchell. I hope you had a great long weekend. Couple things to talk about in this weather update. Yes, there is some wildfire smoke present from the wildfires in Western Canada over the Maritime region. Pictures being sent in to me from this past weekend. Orangish, reddish hues around sunrise, sunset times. The particulate matter in that wildfire smoke screens out more of the blues out of our sunlight. Now, most of this has been located high enough in the Maritime region to not really impact our air quality. In fact, the air quality forecast for today around the region is mostly around the 2-3 range, which is generally considered to be low risk. Now, the one thing I did want to mention, though, is that the smoke is a little bit thicker, a little bit denser, and sitting a little bit lower in the atmosphere around parts of Atlantic coastal Nova Scotia today and into the southwest of that province. I noticed that this morning when I was driving up over the McKay Bridge in Halifax. As soon as I was getting up onto the bridge, it almost seemed like I was getting into that haze. So anybody out there with pre-existing respiratory conditions might just want to monitor yourself just a little bit more for today, and if anything's acting up, head inside and maybe take a break, because that smoke is a little bit more dense present there around those areas of Nova Scotia today. Now, an area of high pressure that's going to be moving from Quebec and then down over the Maritimes over the next couple of days should improve that situation. It's going to force some of that wildfire smoke further to the east of us and actually bottle some of it up around the northeastern United States. Now, there still could be a thin high haze present at times throughout this week, enough to give the sky a little bit of a grayish tinge. But overall, it looks like the smoke situation is going to be at its densest today. Taking a look at our weather conditions again for the rest of Tuesday. Aside from the haze, just a few clouds around. Very warm day, a lot of high temperatures headed up towards the mid-20s. Few clouds expected to be around for tonight. Again, maybe a little bit of haze present as well from the smoke. By around 9 p.m., most of the temperatures will be around the mid to high teens, maybe a few holding near 20 degrees. And the overnight low temperatures, high single digits into low teens. And in the forecast for tomorrow, with that high pressure system moving in from the west of us, just a few clouds around. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly sunny. Another very warm day, a lot of high temperatures in the Maritimes coming up between 23 and 26 degrees, and locations likely feeling closer to low 30s with some of the mugginess that's in the air. Now, the downside of that high pressure system is it's going to keep any sort of widespread rain-making systems away from the region for much of this week, and we desperately or really need the rain here in the Maritime region. One of those systems includes a developed tropical storm just to the north of Bermuda. This is Tropical Storm Dexter, but as that high-pressure system moves in from Quebec, that's going to force Dexter well to the east of the Maritime region, so we're not expecting any of the weather impacts from that weather system as it heads up towards the North Atlantic. In fact, the outlook for this week, not promising for much rain at all for the Maritime region, aside from maybe once in a while the chance of an odd spotty shower. Does look like it is going to be a dry week ahead. You can get news and weather updates anytime at ctvnewsatlantic.ca.